thank you for joining me today. My name's Mackie. I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I thought today I'd share with you a card we made at a recent card class that I held. It's a card made using the Still Scenes stamp set and coordinating dies. I'm just trying to find the name for the bundle and I cannot think of it. I'm just trying to frantically find it in my catalogue. So yeah, it uses this bundle here. So it's the Still Scenes and then the snow globe scene dies. It's the Still Scenes bundle, which features on page 43 of the autumn and winter catalogue. So yeah, this is the card, and I created this card just to show that you actually don't need the shaker snow globes to create a really beautiful card. I'm quite conscious when we create cards for the Christmas Club that they all post quite nicely rather than being too thick and then needing large stamps and everything. So this just does about sneak in a normal stamp. So excuse the dollops of ink, that's what happens at card class. Just one of those things. So this is the stamp set and this is the dies. So I'll show you what we've got here. We've got a Rococo Rose card base. We've got a Whisper White layer to stamp on. And then this second layer I've actually sneakily die cut, which I'm going to stick that down straight away to my card base. So I've die cut the three elements out. It's a great way of saving card really. And also then when I'm prepping for card classes, it's makes it nice and easy for me to prep rather than having to cut lots of little pieces up for them to die cut their elements. So I'm going to stick that straight down to my card base. I'm not going to give you any measurements. I'm going to pop the measurements all under the blog post that this coordinates, where this will be linked to. So I've got all the I've die cut these ready. So there's my trees and my two little polar bears. First off, I'm going to stamp the snow globe base, smoky slate ink on smoky slate cardstock, just like that. And then I've run it through the Big Shot with the coordinating die, and there's one I made earlier. And then all I did is I positioned that roughly where I wanted it. Then I'm going to stamp the greeting, and the greeting is going to go right at the very bottom. I can't quite see if I'm straight with the camera above my head. So there somewhere. So then with my positioning my globe there neatly, I'm going to then stamp the globe. And then I'm just going to drop it down slightly because obviously I've got to allow for it to come up a bit. I think it works out, it's about inch, no, not even an inch, probably about half an inch, 2 centimetres from the top. So then once you see, then that's going to go on there and sit nicely. Now, I don't know how well you can see in here. Can you see at the background has got sort of a pinky Rococo Rose and a Seaside Spray hue at the back there? So is what I did with an offcut of, I store them in here, look, so they're handy. So using the snow globe die on a piece of Whisper White offcut, I die cut out the snow globe, so it then gives me a mask. So I can then ink up inside the globe without getting ink everywhere else. And again, I'm using Rococo Rose and Seaside Spray. So I'm just going to tap a piece of sponge, tap it in the Rococo Rose, start off on the mask and then work in onto the inside of the globe. So that's my pink hue. And then the same with the Seaside Spray, start on the mask and then come onto the globe. And then just sort of blending them too, because when you blend them too, you get a nice little purple tone, which is quite nice. So So moving the mask out of the way, and that's what you get. So it looks quite nice. Just going to grab, just remember that I haven't got my glitter to hand. You need glitter. No Christmas card is complete without a little bit of glitter. Right. So is what I haven't added masses. Just cover these ink pads up, otherwise I'll end up this card covered in ink too. So is what I did with the trees. I added a tiny little bit of glue on the back of my hand. And then I've got a sponge that's got glue on it. It's quite sticky. But then I just dabbed a little bit of glue just right at the top of the trees. And then using the Stampin' Glitter Dazzling Diamonds, just then adds, can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. Just tiny bit of glitter on the tops of the trees. And then using my Tombow adhesive on the back, I'm going to stick that flat inside my globe. Just being careful because obviously that glue is still a little bit tacky. Then I'm going to add my base of my snow globe, which for that I'm going to add of dimensionals. I'm going to position that there. And then I was just a little bit concerned that I didn't want the little polar bears to get lost white against the white. So I don't know if you can see that. I've just given it just a little hint of smoky slate, just to give them a little bit of a shadow so they don't. And again, with a piece of sponge, just on their backs. Just adding a little bit of ink. And then those, I'm using the mini dimensionals on the back of the baby polar bear. And then a big one on the back. Oh, I think I might get two on there. So let's pop two. I'm just going to put the lid on this ink because I know what will happen. I'll end up with ink on my card. So then I'm going to just dimensional stuck to my finger. So he's going to sit there. And then the little baby polar bear is gonna be right up to his mummy like that. Okay, and then just to finish it off, just gonna grab a piece of Whisper White twine. Which I'm going to bunny ears that. Like so. And then just, where's my scissors? Just trim that off. And then with a glue dot, adding with a glue dot. I'm going to pop that there. And then I popped it on the back. You could stick it flat to the card if you wanted. I added dimensionals onto the back. I'm just peeling the backs off. So then obviously I've already pre-stuck this card, Whisper White card layered down, and then we're going to cleverly cover this up with the front of the card like that. And there we have it. There's my snow globe card without the shaker frame. If you love anything that I've used today, everything is available via my online shop. You can check out my online shop and my blog post with all the measurements over at www.lauramackie.co.uk. Thank you for coming, and also don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Bye bye.